All right, in this video, we're going to go over how to start how to do your tool paths for your project. So if you've closed your project and you need to reopen it, you should have already saved it. So we're going to go up to File and Open, and you need to navigate through your list of saved files to be able to find your document. So we're going to click on your file and open it up. And once your file is open, we are going to have your image here. You need to, in order to create your tool paths or what is actually going to be cutting out your project, we are going to highlight your project and come up to, where was that image at? Sorry, guys. You're going to highlight your project, and then you need to find the Show Toolpaths tab right here, Show Toolpaths tab, and then you'll get this tab right here. To create your toolpath, we're going to click on this Profile Toolpath button. Click on the button, and we want to make sure that our depth of cut is set at 0.1. If it is anything else but 0.1, set it at 0.1. Next thing we need to do is choose our material. So we're going to be using 16 gauge mild steel. That's what we have in the shop right now. Double check, always make sure that that is the correct material for our project. So I'm going to hit select, and you should be able to change it over here under Plasma Max 45. That's the machine we're using. Under your consumables, 16 gauge mild steel. Okay, so once that's selected, we don't have to change anything in here. Hit select, and then we want to make sure that your machine vectors are cutting on the line. If it goes inside, you can see where the cut path goes to the inside of this box. If we're on outside, it goes to the outside of the box. We want it to be directly on. Next thing we need to check is our profile name. So this is profile number 1, and we're going to hit calculate. Once we hit calculate, it shows you your work plane, where your image is at, and then those lines it's going to cut out on. If you come up here to the top corner under active sheet and click on this paint palette, you can actually change what the background is so it looks more like what we're actually going to cut on. So if you go down here to where it says steel, so we'll scroll down and click on steel, and it changes your background so it actually looks like steel. That's just so that you can see it, rather than, it doesn't really matter what that background is, but you can see it a little bit better. Next thing that we're going to do is it's saved under profile. So we can hit close on those profile toolpaths, and we need to be able to save this file as an NCC file. So NCC is a numerical computer control, and that's what takes it from our design that we've done on our computer to the G code, is what it's called, for cutting it out on the plasma cutter. So this button right here, it says Save Toolpath. We're going to click on Save Toolpath. You want to use visible toolpaths to one file. That's the button we need to have clicked. We need to make sure the machine is forced CNC. There shouldn't be any others in there. And that the post processor is on velocity CNC. Okay. After that, we can click Save Toolpath. And we're going to make sure you save it to the thumb drive. In your computer, you should have a thumb drive plugged in. It would say Industrial Tech. Down here under computer, you'll double click on that and save it into the thumb drive. I don't have that Industrial Tech thumb drive right now. I'll plug in a different one so that you guys can see what that thumb drive will look like. All right, so I have a different thumb drive plugged in. Click on Save Toolpath, and now under computer, I have the Store and Go thumb drive. So I can just save it in here. I want to make sure I have it as my name so I know whose project this is. Ingram, and it is saved as this NCC file. And click Save. And now it's on that thumb drive. I can take it over to the plasma cutter and be able to cut it out.